Fossil fuels are the largest contributor to climate change, and adopting renewable energy is essential to phasing them out. But equipping renewable energy on such a large scale requires refined public policy to ensure efficient development and implementation. The Inflation Reduction Act of 2022 is the most substantial piece of legislation promoting renewable energy in United States history. However, corporations are the largest beneficiary of the bill's financial mechanism, with a projected $216 billion worth of tax credits. The bill relies on the private sector's fiscal eagerness to adopt green energy, yet imposes no repercussion for continuing to produce fossil fuels. Environmental justice principles call for fossil fuel and extractive industries to be held strictly liable for the harm they've caused the environment. This financial method violates this premise and privileges polluting corporations. Alternatively, New York's Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act is a publicly facilitated transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy. The bill mandates 70% of the state's electricity be derived from renewable energy and a 40% decrease in greenhouse gas emissions by the year 2030. Although this bill ensures public facilitation of renewable energy production, its financial mechanism remains unclear, and the lack of an explicit financial plan has caused emission reduction efforts to be delayed. I argue for the polluter pays principle to be codified into New York State hard law to legally define funding strategies and subsequently increase the margin of financial viability for this initiative. The principle requires polluting entities to pay a proportionate amount of money to their level of pollution. It's represented in unbinding international law and various nations' binding law. By establishing a legal framework informed by the polluter pays principle, polluters are held accountable and can't avoid responsibility through loopholes or administrative delay. Moreover, this measure resists political backsliding as future administrations can't easily undo hard law. While revision is always necessary, New York's Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act, upheld by the polluter pays principle, offers a model for national and international climate legislation with reliable funding and equitable application.